Executive functions are composed by three main components, okay? The first one is inhibition or self-regulation. And this is the capacity of inhibit or suppress things that are in your interior or in your exterior that are confounding you to maintain you in the task that you are having right now, okay? This can be thoughts, emotions, remembers, okay? This can internal things or external things. One guy is talking to you, or there's music in the ambience, or whatever. This is inhibition, okay? So to inhibit is the ability to maintain you focused in your task. This is the first one. The second one is working memory. And working memory is the capacity to deal with a reasoning activity, okay? And this is very important because when you can inhibit, you can focus on a task and manage to reason with different objects, for instance, numbers or letters or whatever. But you need mix these symbols in your mind to understand. And the third one is flexibility. And flexibility is a very hard capacity because it's to learn to make things different than you are automatized to do. This is a very difficult ability. This is the most difficult of the three because it consists in finding a new way to solve a problem. Okay? If you don't have cognitive flexibility, you are real in hard problems because the life requires cognitive flexibility. If you don't have cognitive flexibility, you have really a big problem because you can't deal with the changing reality. And the reality is always changing. Executive functions are really central for education, for the preparation to education, you know. Executive functions are really the main capabilities that permit children to have a good education. If executive functions are not properly developed at the school entrance, the children cannot learn good, because executive functions are the capabilities of have self-regulation, of have learning capacity, and have learning flexibility. So the three main components of executive functions are central for learning. And if you don't have properly developed them at the age of 6, then you can't really have success in school. This is the reason why executive functions are so important, more than intelligence. We start working in preschool education. You have to enhance executive functions at the age of 4 or 5. So when you enter school with 6, you have them properly developed. We piloted it internationally. We have to date about 6,000 children all over the world: Norway, Hungary, Poland, Thailand, Argentina, Chile, the States. We have a lot of countries, and they are very stable all over the world. I would say the main message is not to look at old constructs like intelligence, because intelligence is the product of education. Executive functions are the abilities that are behind that what you can really have from education. And so the differences when you test children with intelligence tests, the differences are huge. When you test them in executive functions, the differences are really narrow. If you give children For instance, if you give them a daily opportunity to play games based on rules, any games, yeah, or playing anything based on rules, it's incredible. After 60 weeks, you see a significant improvement in executive functions because of the single activity to play with rules. This is incredible. The children of poorest backgrounds, if they are well stimulated, they are able to receive a good education. The problem is that they usually not receive good education. And then you see the differences between the poor and the rich.